Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Wright. Today we'll be adding to the academic page of your Capstone website. But before we do that, I just want to review a few things with you. First of all, presenting the Capstone project at the end of your senior year is a TCTC completion requirement. That means you will not get your certification if you do not pass the Capstone presentation. Second, if at any time you have any Capstone questions, you can visit the Capstone website located on the TCTC website. Here you will find the how-to videos, the requirements, the template, any reflections that you need, the schedule, the timeline, and any pictures that you are interested in checking out to see what can go on your page. So let's get started. At this point, all students should have created their websites and have completed an About Me page and a program page. So here's a few examples of what students have done. If you guys remember, we kind of reviewed Craig's website at our last checkpoint. So an About Me page can look something like this. You can list information about yourself, your hobbies, you can post your resume, your references, talk about your goals, or even talk about extracurricular activities. Another example of an About Me page could look like this. Where you simply have a photo and a narrative about yourself, and you list your goals and activities and organizations, or it might look something like this. Each English teacher had different requirements for the About Me page, so if yours looks different, that is okay. Let's take a look at the program pages. This was the example Capstone project page. So you could have done any of these items. You could have done the lesson from lab, maybe you had notes, pictures of students performing the task, images, reflections, all of it. So let's take a look at that. Here's an example of group tasks with demonstrations. This is actually a link if you wanted to insert a video, any field trips you did, final products, building projects, etc. So let's take a look at a couple student examples. This is an example of a pre-nursing student where she listed pictures and descriptions of her time in lab. This is an interactive multimedia student where they listed pictures and descriptions. Also, as we move forward at the next checkpoint, if you're interested in changing your background and themes, I will add that to the next video. So you can see most students are listing pictures with short descriptions of what's to be expected and what they've done in lab. And lastly, an animal science student posting, it's my advice that you post large fonts and large pictures so that people can see these when you put them up on the smartboard. Okay, so let's get started. If you remember, you have to go to google.com to get to your page, so I'll give you guys a second to do that. Okay, once you go to Google, remember, go ahead and click the squares. Click Sites. If that doesn't pop up for you, just go ahead and type in Sites, and then you can go ahead and click the link to your website. Today we're going to talk about adding to the academic section of your Capstone website. Here is the example Capstone project. Examples below can include all sorts of things, pictures of your attendance, maybe a report card. There's a couple ways that you can post in the academic section. You can form a folder and put links to a whole bunch of information or activities that you've done, or you can screenshot images that you've done from different sections, different academics, whatever the case may be here. You can also insert links. So just kind of remember, this can look a couple different ways. So I'd like to show you an example of what a student has done. She has pictures from her pre-nursing, her chemistry. She also decided to do it this way, where she inserted the actual document, and you can scroll through that document. And she also decided to do a list. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Just a couple reminders. Anytime you add a picture, let's say it turns up sideways, I know that's a big problem. If you go into your photos and you screenshot that image and then you insert the image, it will come up the right way. So again, if you have a picture that pops up sideways, go to your camera roll, screenshot the image, and then insert it. And lastly, if you decide to insert anything from Google Drive, you have to make sure that you make it public, or else it will look like this when you go to present. Okay, remember, as always, when you are done editing, always be sure to save. The next capstone checkpoint comes around the last week of March when students will develop the career section of their website. At this last checkpoint, I'll show you guys how to change the background colors and themes to personalize your website. If you have any questions, please visit the Capstone website, Mrs. Wright or Ms. Sidlowski. Also remember, I will be in the cafeteria during all lunches every Tuesday and Thursday if you guys need help. Have a great day.